Creating animations used to mean either spending months learning complex software or spending thousands of dollars hiring a professional animator. Either way, it was completely out of reach for most creators, and honestly, for a long time, there was no real solution to that problem. But recently, something changed. There is now a tool that completely eliminates that barrier. No software to learn, no animator to hire, no complicated workflow to figure out. You just describe what you want, and it handles everything else for you. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what it is and what it can do.
This is Parvez Durrani, and you are watching Guru Tech Solutions.
What if you could create a fully animated video, complete script, character design, voiceover, background music, and cinematic visuals, just by having a conversation? That's exactly what Anijam does, and I'm going to show you the entire process from scratch today. Anijam is an AI animation agent, and the reason it's turning heads right now is because it doesn't make you piece together 5 different tools to produce one video. No separate scriptwriter, no character design software, no voice tool, no animation platform, no editor. You just open Anijam, describe what you want, and the AI handles the entire production pipeline for you, start to finish, inside one interface. Now, before we get into the demo, let me mention something that's really worth knowing if you're hearing about this tool for the first time. New users currently get 500 free credits just for signing up. And on top of that, you get 100 free credits every single day, as long as you do a daily check-in. So this is what Anijam looks like when you first log in. Right at the top, you've got your recent projects. Everything you've worked on is right there. And below that is a community feed, where you can browse animated videos that other users have created and published. And I'd really encourage you to scroll through that section before you start, because it gives you a genuine picture of what this tool produces. Alright, so here's where the fun starts. This is the prompt area. This is where you tell Anijam what you want to create. I'm going to keep the prompt simple on purpose, because I want to show you how much Anijam is able to build from very little input. Here's what I typed. An anime hero announcing the start of an epic adventure. That's it. Short, simple. Now watch what happens. Instead of just blindly generating something and dumping a video on you, Anijam starts a conversation. It asks you questions. It gives you options. It walks you through the setup one step at a time. And that step-by-step process is actually what separates this tool from a lot of other AI video generators out there. You're not guessing what you're going to get. You're directing the output at every stage. If you want, you skip this process by not selecting the step-by-step creation mode. The first thing Anijam asks is how you want to run the production. For director mode, I'm selecting AI director mode. For workflow mode, I'm going step by step. So it'll generate the keyframes first, then the video, then the audio, and then combine everything into the final output. I like this mode because you can actually review each stage before committing to the next one. And for film mode, I'm going with Oscar film mode. We're not making a rough draft here. We're going for something cinematic and polished. Once the production settings are confirmed, Anijam moves into the story. And this is where it starts to feel less like a generator and more like a creative collaborator. It asks, who is the hero? What is the adventure about? What tone should the video carry? So I gave it this. The hero is a young swordsman. The adventure is about discovering hidden powers. The tone should be triumphant and hopeful. Specific enough to give it clear direction, but not so rigid that it can't build something creative around it. And that balance matters. The more intentional your inputs here, the more satisfying your output is going to be. Next, Anijam asks about your target audience and the platform you're creating for. I selected all ages for the audience and YouTube for the platform. Then it asks for your aspect ratio. I went with 16:9, standard widescreen, which is exactly what you want for YouTube. And then duration. You can push this up depending on how long you want the final video to be. I kept it shorter for this walkthrough, just so you can see the full workflow without sitting through a long render. But the process is exactly the same, regardless of length. Here's where you decide how the story is actually told. Anijam gives you 2 directions: dialogue-driven or visual storytelling. That felt right for an anime hero making an announcement. After that, it asks about speech type. Now we get into the world-building details. Where does the story take place? I entered a ruined temple, ancient, dramatic, the kind of setting that immediately signals that something epic is about to happen. Then Anijam asks for the character's name and voice type. And I want you to notice what's happening here. Every single creative element of this video is being defined by you, through conversation. The character, the location, the voice, the tone, the style. You're not just submitting a prompt and crossing your fingers, you're actually directing this production. Anijam is just handling the execution. Once all of that is locked in, Anijam takes everything you've told it and generates a complete script for the video. Full dialogue, scene descriptions, the whole thing. You can read through it, see the story it's constructed, and decide whether you want to move forward or make any adjustments before anything gets rendered. This is another thing I genuinely appreciate about this workflow. You're reviewing the script before production begins, not after you've already waited for a video to render and realized the story doesn't work. Now this is where it gets really visually exciting. Anijam presents you with a set of visual style options. Different art directions, different aesthetics. You just scroll through them and pick the one that matches your vision. I found a style that had a clean, sharp look that felt perfect for what we were making, so I went with that. The moment you select your style, Anijam starts converting your story into it. And here's the part that really impressed me. While it's working, it actually shows you everything it's building. You can see the character design, you can see the location visuals, you can see the scene breakdowns and the concept art for each moment in the video. You know exactly what direction this is going before a single frame of animation is rendered. That's the concept design stage, and it's genuinely useful, because if something doesn't look right, you can catch it here and adjust, instead of discovering the problem after a full render. Once you're happy with the concept design and you click Continue, Anijam moves into final assembly. It selects the background music, puts all the pieces together, generates a preview, and then pulls everything into the timeline editor. And now, let's play this and see what we actually got. Look at that. The ruined temple is rendered beautifully, exactly the kind of ancient, dramatic setting we described. The character design is detailed, consistent, and genuinely looks like something out of a well-produced anime. The animation is smooth, and the music? It nails the tone completely. Triumphant, cinematic, hopeful, exactly what we asked for. And I want you to really sit with that for a second. We got this from one short prompt and a chat conversation. No timeline scrubbing, no hunting for the right voice clip, no hours spent on character design in a separate application. Just a conversation, and a finished animated video at the end of it. Now, even after the video is generated, you're not locked into the output. Anijam has a built-in editor, and it gives you real control over the final product. You can go into any part of the video and make changes. You can add animations to specific scenes, adjust timing, retime dialogue lines, swap out elements, whatever needs tweaking, you can do it right here without going into a separate application. And when you're ready to export, you click the export option at the top, choose your file type and resolution, set your bitrate, I went with 5 megabits per second, and download the final video. Clean, straightforward, no extra steps. Before I wrap up, there's one more feature I want to show you, because it's genuinely impressive on its own. Anijam can take a completely still image and animate it. To test this, I uploaded a picture of the Mona Lisa. I described the kind of animation I wanted, and Anijam generated an animated clip from it. The results are honestly really good, and what makes this powerful is that it opens up a totally different creative workflow. You're not limited to building from scratch. You can bring existing images to life, artwork, photos, illustrations, and turn them into animated content. That's a huge deal for a lot of creators. You can go full production mode with the step-by-step workflow like we did today. Or you can take a single image and breathe life into it. Both workflows are genuinely useful, and both produce results that would have taken significant time and money to achieve with traditional tools. You can also download the Anijam app for iOS so you can keep creating directly from your phone, anytime, anywhere. And browser access is always available too, just like I showed you in this walkthrough. So whether you're at your desk or on the go, Anijam is always within reach. Now, the method I showed you today is just one way to use Anijam. If you go into the Tools section inside the Create panel, you'll find a whole set of different starting points depending on what you're working with. You've got text to animation. Just type your idea and Anijam brings it to life. You've got script to animation. Paste in a full script and it breaks it down into scenes automatically. There's image to animation, which is exactly what I showed you with the Mona Lisa. Take any still image and animate it. There's audio to animation, where you can feed in a voice recording or a music track and Anijam builds animation around it. That one is seriously underrated for music content creators. And then there's character animation, where you can actually design your own custom character first, and then animate using that character specifically. So if you're building a brand mascot or a recurring character for your channel, that feature is going to be incredibly useful. And on top of all those input methods, you also get a dedicated style picker where you choose the visual aesthetic of your animation. The options include Ghibli animation, that soft, hand-drawn, cinematic look. Minecraft animation, blocky, fun, perfect for gaming content. 3D cinematic animation, polished, high production, movie-quality output. And cartoon-style animation, clean, expressive, great for educational or family content. So regardless of the kind of content you make, there's a style in here that fits your brand. Use cases. Who is this actually for? Let me break this down because Anijam isn't just for one type of creator. The use cases here are genuinely wide. For YouTube creators, you can make intros, outros, and short-form content. For marketing, you can produce ads, promos, and branded content without hiring an animation studio. For social media, you can create reels, TikTok videos, and stories that actually stand out in a feed. For education, you can turn lessons and complex topics into engaging explainer videos that hold attention far better than a talking head or a slideshow. For businesses, you can create professional presentations, onboarding materials, and internal communications that look polished and feel modern. And for special occasions, you can make personalized birthday videos, Christmas content, holiday greetings, the kind of content that used to require hiring someone to produce. Advanced features. And then there are the advanced tools inside Anijam that really push this to the next level. First, there's the lip sync tool, which automatically syncs mouth movement to any audio track you drop in. So your characters aren't just moving, they're actually speaking in sync with the voice. That makes a massive difference in how professional the final output looks. Then there's the voice generator, which supports over 30 languages for AI voiceovers. So if you're creating content for an international audience, or you want to localize your videos without hiring voice actors in multiple languages, this feature alone is incredibly powerful. And finally, there's the scene editor, where you can go in and fine-tune every single frame of your animation. Full creative control, right down to the individual frame level, without ever leaving the platform. So that is Anijam, a complete AI animation studio, in your browser, on your phone, available whenever you need it. Whether you're a solo creator, a marketer, a teacher, or a business owner, this tool genuinely changes what's possible without a professional production team behind you. If you want to try it out, I'll drop the link in the description below. Go check it out, especially while the free credits are still available on sign-up. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this one. I'll see you in the next one.